Welcome to another edition of Dead Air Live. We are here with Gray Fox from the Pokanoket tribe. Welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here this evening.
You look marvelous. I love your what do you call it?
Regalia.
Regalia. If I saw you on the street, I would want to bow to you because you just look so magnificent. So you are from the Pokanoket tribe,
Yes.
which is from Massasoit, from Plymouth, Mass.
No, from Bristol, Rhode Island.
Bristol, Rhode Island.
Yes.
Tell us about why you're here. The title of the show is Talking for the Ancestors,
Yes.
because they can't talk.
Yes.
You are here to represent your ancestors.
Yes.
And you have such a fascinating story. We could have stayed on the phone last night for 3 hours, but I said, let's save it for the show.
Okay.
So tell us about who is Gray Fox. Take us on your journey with the Pokanoket tribe.
Well, I'm Gray Fox, and I do the smudging, and I'm a firekeeper for the Pokanoket, and I'm also a firekeeper for the Dighton Intertribal Council and for the Federation of New England Indians.
Okay, so what is a smudger?
A smudging, that is to take anything negative away. I can show you later. We can do it dry. We cannot use smoke in here.
Right.
And I'll show you later and put the herbs in and so forth. It's a blessing, actually.
And if I understand, you're going to do this to me.
Yes.
And you said you're also a fire keeper.
Yes.
What is a fire keeper?
Well, when you go to a powwow and you'll see the circle,
Right.
okay, the fire that's out in the middle. I take care of the fire. So as long as it goes on, I go through the night, so forth. If that fire should ever go out, the powwow's over, done.
Oh.
It's the end of it. So you have to keep it going. Whether it's pouring rain or whatever, you must keep it going.
So that must be a challenge sometimes.
Oh, yes, it is.
If it is
Yes.
pouring rain, how do you handle that?
Well, sometimes we put a little shelter over it if it's going to really, really pour, but it's still open where the prayers can still go up
What
to
is
God,
this?
the Creator.
What is the significance of the circle and the fire? Because you see that with most Indian traditions.
Right. Well, the fire is very sacred. People will go and put their prayers of tobacco into the fire. And those prayers go up to God, the Creator, who created all things.
Beautiful, beautiful. So you're here to speak for your ancestors, speaking for the ancestors. What is it that you want to say tonight? This is your time to tell the world.
I want people to realize, most people don't realize what actually happened to them. And it's really, really a shame what has happened to them. This is their land, and yet they were just pushed aside. It's really a shame. Well, let's go back to 1620.
Take me on, give me the
when
timeline.
the Mayflower came.
Take me through the
Okay.
journey.
They wouldn't have made it if it wasn't for Massasoit. They went through the first winter, and they really wouldn't have made it. And Massasoit came to them. Somerset. He was actually from up north, and he went and see Massasoit and said, gee, they're really suffering and all. And Massasoit in 1617, the Massasoit family, in other words, they had wives, the royal family, and his whole family in the plague, 1616, 1617, died.
What kind of plague was it?
Well, smallpox.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, because they were already coming here for a long time, the Europeans.
And how did they come from? They came from Europe?
They came from Europe.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so you're talking, now, Massasoit, how old is he when you're talking about him? Is he a young man? Is he an older man?
He was approximately, when they came, I would say about 30.
Okay.
Yeah, about 30.
So there was the plague around 1616, and
Yes.
and what's happening?
Well, 80 to 90% of the native people died.
They did?
That's right.
Wow.
And some couldn't even bury the ones who died. And they died working out in the field. And there weren't people to bury them. When the Europeans came here and they seen in the fields, what's all that shining? It was bones.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Now, when it first happened, it wasn't intentional. Okay? The natives were very, very clean, and they weren't used to germs and so forth, like the plague. And that's why they died from it.
So when you say they weren't clean, is it because
They were clean.
They were clean.
Very clean.
Okay.
Yeah. Where the Europeans, the English, were not clean. Because in their religion, they felt that if you wash up, you're taking the goodness and you're washing it away.
The Europeans felt like that?
Absolutely.
Maybe some of them still feel like that.
Well, I don't know. But
Yeah.
anyhow, and they were very clean. And so they weren't immune to that where the English were. So when they came here, and the Dutch,
Right, they were exposed to all these different germs, and all of a
That
sudden
they
their
didn't
bodies
have.
started to freak out, and
Yes.
they died.
yes, yes.
Well, didn't they, aren't Indian people known for their herbal remedies, or were they just got here, they didn't have time
Yeah,
to
but they
grow?
couldn't fight that. That was
That-
something they never had.
Right,
You know,
right.
their herbal remedies were something that they've went through the years. It didn't just happen overnight.
Right,
Through the
of course.
thousands of years.
Of course. And how many people, when you say 80 to 90% of them died, how many people died? If
Many
you-
thousands.
Many thousands?
Absolutely.
And who buried the bodies?
Well, at first they buried one another's bodies, but then after, there were so many dying that they couldn't even bury their dead.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Massasoit, did he live on?
Yes, he did. His whole family died. His
But-
children, his wives.
Even his son, King Philip?
No. King Philip wasn't even in the picture at that time.
Okay.
So in around 1621, what happened, Massasoit, because of them dying, their biggest enemy was the Narragansetts. They were on the west side of the bay. They were on this side.
They
So
weren't another
the
tribe. They
Poca-
were just.
They were another tribe.
Oh, they were another tribe.
Yes,
So
yes.
the tribes
So-
were against each other.
Yes,
Is it because of territory?
yes.
Oh,
So-
okay.
So
Yeah.
Massasoit, first of all, Massasoit is a title. That is not his name. Osamequin is his name. It means yellow feather.
Yellow feather.
Yes.
And the name yellow feather, what is that significant?
Osamequin.
Yellow.
That's what was his name.
Omasequin.
Osamequin.
Osamequin.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
Osamequin.
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah.
Now, yellow feather is significant. Is that supposed to be significant for a certain type of bird?
Well,
Chicken?
even today, the yellow feather, like the spiritual leader, the Powers, which is the Sagamore's brother. The Sagamore today is what Massasoit was. They retired the name Massasoit, that title.
Oh.
So what he does is the same as Massasoit. He has tribes under him.
Okay.
Okay. So in 1621, he was down in Plymouth. Once he agreed to leave and stay there, because he started thinking, wow, they're getting powerful. but the Pokanokets were more powerful.
Right.
Maybe they could be our ally, the Pilgrims.
Oh.
So he agreed they could stay there, they could have that. See, when they went there, I mean, there were fields and all, and they planted, well, they were dead, and the fields were all cultivated. You know, it wasn't all trees, and it was cultivated because they're cornfields.
Wow,
and
this
their
must
squash and their beans.
this must have looked like Candyland to the
Yes.
Pokanoket
Yes,
tribe.
yes.
When they said, "Oh my goodness, there's food here,"
Yeah.
and they felt like they
Well,
were
there wasn't food, but there were
crops.
There were no crops at the time
Okay.
because they already had died a few years before.
Oh, okay.
But the land was fertile. It didn't have trees and all. It was fields.
Right, right.
Even before that, even 4 or 5 years before that, they, not the Pilgrims, but the English, the Dutch, the French not so much, they were up more towards Canada. The French went out to take land from the natives. They wanted to trade with them. That's where the beaver came in.
Oh,
And they would
okay.
buy the beaver pelts to make the hats in France. So that's why so many French people have native in them, because they would be away from their wives. The wives never came with them. They didn't come here to live here. They came to trade. So they married into the natives.
The wives didn't come with them?
No.
You
They-
mean they just left their wives and
The
then
Pilgrims did, yeah. They came to trade.
I see.
That
But
was
then
the
one,
purpose.
and did they go back or they ended up staying here?
Well, they end up staying, most of them. yeah.
Right, and that's where
And
the
married
Pilgrims
into-
married the
No,
native.
the Pilgrims, the whole families came
Right. Oh, I see.
with the intentions of living here
Right, okay.
and having families and grow
Right,
and
okay.
prosper.
Right.
See, and later on, the entrepreneurs, when they came, that's when they started taking over land and so forth, the Pilgrims. When they first came, it was for religious freedom. They couldn't practice the religious freedom in England like they wanted to.
Okay.
They went to Holland. And then eventually, after a couple of years in Holland, they were kind of not letting them have the religious freedom like they wanted. And they said, let's go to the Americas.
And how did the Pilgrims know that in the Americas they could have the freedom that they wanted? I mean,
Well, because the English, the Dutch, they used to go down the Taunton River. And they wouldn't get off because they would actually see all along the river native tribes.
I see.
The fields along the river, all the fields were planted and all, so they didn't want to really get off the boat.
And what happened with the Narragansetts? You said the Narragansetts and the Pokanoket tribe were at odds. So
Right.
how did that all play out?
Well, then the English were their ally. And they said, well, if they attack you, we will take care of them. And so they smoked the pipe, Massasoit, with them. And things, well, for 50 years, things went along. I mean, towards the end, Massasoit kind of turned his cheek. They was already starting to do things, but that's one thing a native, they will keep their word. And he agreed, and he smoked the pipe with them. And he said, we'll be allies.
So this is with the Pilgrims that he became the allies. Now,
Yes.
isn't it true, too, that the Pokanoket tribe is the first tribe that basically broke bread with the Pilgrims?
Oh, yes, they were the first.
So they were the first tribe.
Yes.
And that was very significant. That was huge.
Yes. Yep. Matter of fact, Thanksgiving, they're the ones that brought the turkeys, the deer, and all that.
When you
and
say
brought it
they,
for them,
the
the
Pokanoket.
Pokanokets.
Okay, they
Yeah.
brought the
Right,
deer.
yeah.
Okay,
Because they were celebrating that they had been there for a year.
Right.
They came in 1620.
Okay.
So that following fall is when they celebrated.
And that's how Thanksgiving came about.
Yes.
Because of the Pokanoket tribe and the Pilgrims.
Yes.
So we have the Pokanoket tribe to thank for that, correct?
Well, in a way, yes, because they did bring food and all and celebrate with them. Yes.
Lovely. So where did they get all their turkeys and all their food? I mean,
There was plenty game around.
there was. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was plenty game.
So what is it that you want us to know from this situation with the Pilgrims and the Pokanoket tribe? Your ancestors are talking. What is it that they want us to know? What is the
Well,
because that is such a significant day in America.
Right.
That is like the most neutral holiday without any religious beliefs, and everyone feels at peace. Although families don't always get along at Thanksgiving, I don't understand that.
Right.
But your ancestors.
And Massasoit in 1621, he was at Plymouth.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he had lost his family about 5 years before, and he was at Plymouth, and chiefs under him said, you know, the Nipmunks are more royal family than you.
A more royal family.
Right.
I don't know.
You should go and get a wife up there.
Right.
He did. He went to the western part of the state. He married the Nipmunks chief's sister,
So it was
which her father was the chief before.
it was
her brother.
arranged. It was arranged, sort of.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then that's when Wamsetta was born, King Philip, and there were 5 children.
Oh, okay. And King Philip
And a
is very.
couple of them died.
King
yeah.
Philip is very significant in this whole.
Absolutely.
In this whole
Right.
plan.
When Massasoit died,
Mm-hmm.
Wamsetta, his oldest son,
Right.
became the Massasoit. Now, he became the Massasoit, and I don't think it was a year that he was a Massasoit. And he was down hunting. I'm not sure if it was down in before the Cape. Anyhow, they went and get him, and they said, you're conspiring against us. And they might say they arrested him and brought him there. Well, he was there, and they fed him and so forth. And on the way home, he died.
They poisoned him.
That's what the natives believe.
Oh my God. Of course they poisoned him. And this is this is one of the truths that you're speaking tonight.
Yes. And
I knew that.
so-
I just felt it. It's like it went.
So King Philip became the Massasoit.
And Massasoit is another word for like chief.
The chief
Sort of?
above the chiefs.
Oh.
Above all the chiefs.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. He had clans and tribes, 52 of them under him.
52 tribes.
Yes.
And were they all
and
the
clans?
And were they all the Pokanoket, or were they? Did
Well,
they
they were
branched out?
Pokanokets, and then the English changed it Wampanoags. See, through the years, the Pokanokets weren't mentioned, really, because when they killed King Philip's war was the bloodiest war in this country.
They killed him?
Yes. That was the bloodiest war in this country.
Why did
Population for population.
Why did they kill him?
Why?
Yeah.
Because he went against them.
This is.
They kept wanting land.
So it was over. So it was over.
He kept the more sacred land, like up at the Council Oak, certain areas, he kept for last, because he sold them the land, and he figured, I'll get the money to buy guns, and we'll conquer them, and I'll get my land back.
Well, it didn't play out like that, did it?
No, it didn't, because the natives didn't stick together.
Oh. And why didn't they stick together?
Huh? It's like today, they don't stick like together like
Oh,
they should.
They don't stick together.
No, not like they should, no. They're starting to come together. Like we have the affiliated tribes of New England.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 5 tribes of us.
And how many people are in these 5 tribes, and how often do you meet?
Well, we go to different functions that different ones have. Yeah.
But how many? Are there 100, 500, 5,000,
Oh,
10,000?
no, maybe just in the hundreds. Yeah.
Now, I see the way you're dressed tonight. You have feathers coming out of your head. It's beautiful. Do you have to like kill animals for this? I mean, where do you get these feathers? They're beautiful.
Well, they come from turkeys. And,
Oh, they come from turkeys.
yeah.
Okay, and does everybody dress like this when you all get together for your
Basically, yeah. Yeah.
Now, do you call when you gather together? Do you still call them powwows? Are they?
Yes,
They're called powwows. And where's that?
Like we're going to have the strawberry feast 3 weeks from now in Bristol, the Poconokeets. Now the Wampanoags, but they're all related. The Wampanoags, I'm on the drum, medicine drum, with the Dighton Intertribal. So the Seekonk Wampanoags want us to play, and they're having the strawberry feast.
And what
this coming weekend.
What is, when you say the strawberry feast, I guess there's a lot of strawberries there, but where does
in June, yeah.
Okay.
You know, they're just thanking God, the Creator, for having the strawberries,
right.
and it means love to one another.
Beautiful. And you guys have a mantra. When you meet each other, it's the beginning. When you work together, it's progress. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
And then when you, I'm not saying it right, but can you say what that is? There are 3 different, you don't know what I'm talking about?
I don't quite know.
Okay, because I saw this online. I went, oh, it was beautiful. It was just, you know, showing the strength of you folks getting together and just making it happen. It's like you stick together.
Well, at powwows and so forth, yes.
Okay. So I see a lot of beautiful things around us here.
Oh,
do you want to tell us a little bit about this?
Sure.
Because
this is a gray
like
fox. This is actually the native of this country. The others, the silver, the red fox, they're bigger. They came from Europe. This is the native of North America.
Was this was a real fox?
That's a real fox, yes.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a gray fox. That's
did this fox die happy, or was it sleeping, or did you?
I don't know.
Did you? You don't know.
I don't know. This was gifted to me.
And this was given to you because your name is Gray Fox. And where did you get the name Gray Fox?
Well, I got the name. The chief then said, you will get 4 dreams to indicate the name. Well, like 8 months went by, whatever, and my wife's name. So one day, we used to have this store in Fall River, so we used to close it at 6. And I came home, it was sunset, and I live in a highly residential area. I have woods and a swamp, but anyhow. So I backed in the yard about 4 feet from the road, and these 3 gray fox, we seen them go out in front of my house, looked up at the house, and they went once around. They came to my car on the side. The 3 of them stood there looking at me. I didn't know what a gray fox was at the time. I'd seen the big fox, not the gray. And I said, they look like a fox, but they're too tiny. So after about 5 minutes, I told my wife, well, I got to get out. She said, watch out, they probably have rabies. And I said, I don't have a fear of them. I opened the door, and they 3 of them stepped backwards and let me go between the door and them.
Wow.
So we went in the house.
It's like they were talking to you. They were honoring you.
Yeah, when they went around, they were yipping. Anyhow, so I got out, and we went in the house. So the minute we went in the house, we looked out the front screen door. Well, it wasn't a screen, the window was up. And they were standing there looking up, and they went 3 more times around. That was it. So I wasn't thinking of a name then. I was thinking a dream would be the name. So the next day, the neighbor across the street, he usually goes to work early, but he was there. And I said, have you seen fox around? He said, yeah, there are 3 gray fox. So he didn't even know that I was native or or wood with the Dayton and Detroit. So anyhow, so I said, what are they roaming around the neighborhood? And he said, no.
They're roaming around your house.
They go in front of your house every night for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and they go 4 times around.
They were giving you a sign.
And they've been on your property. I said, wow, this is crazy. But anyhow.
Exactly.
So when the chief then came to the store we had in Fall River, and he came in and I said, Chief, when are we going to find out what our names are? He said, well, sometimes takes a long. I said, it's been like 8 months. He said, well, sometimes takes a long time. So I just casually said, hey, you want to hear something strange? And he turned pale and he said, you are to be Gray Fox, and your wife is Spirit Fox.
Wow.
I said, what are you talking about? He said, they came to name you. I says, are you nuts? And he said, how long have you lived there? I said, 30-some years. I have never, ever seen a big animal around. Yeah.
So you were given a wonderful sign, and then someone gave you this beautiful gray fox. Mm. Now, what is this? This looks like
I have several of them.
You do?
I have one that's all mounted.
Wow.
Yeah. And that one, a woman came to the store, because we have saved land before. A woman came to the store and she said, hi, Roger. She walked in. I told Donna, I said, my wife, I said, do you know who she is? I said, no, I don't know who she is. So when she came to the counter and she was with this other lady, she came to the counter. I said, where do I know you from? She said, you did what the town of Somerset couldn't do. You saved the land. I said, how do you know that? She said, because I gave you the maps for it. I worked down at the assessor's office. That was a few years before that, or more than a few years. So that was it. So, and then I said, well, I'm trying to save land up at the Council Oak now and all that. And I said, the chief from years ago, White Wolf, I go to his grave, offer him tobacco to help me and all. And the woman said, oh my God, my husband's buried aside of him, the next grave over. Wow. This is not just coincidental. Anyhow, so then this man was at the door. Come on, let's go. I said, no, come over here. And I'm talking to him. Mm-hmm. And he told me he would hunt and all, and he's gotten gray fox and so forth. So that was it. So then I was telling him, I said, yeah, in the meantime, I had 3 of them being done. Mounted. Not mounted like this.
The three gray fox.
This one's actually a hat.
This is a hat. Can I put this on?
That's a hat, yes.
Oh, wow. This is like so cool.
Yeah, that's a hat.
Wow. How do I look? Oh, my God. I might get attached to this. What do you think? This is like cool?
Good.
Thank you.
Looks good.
Can I keep it on?
No, no.
No, okay. Here we go.
Thank you. So anyhow,
okay.
so what happened was...
He's beautiful.
That was her husband.
Yeah.
And I was saying all the spiritual things that happened and so forth. So he said to me, I have a gift for you. I have a gray fox that I want you to have. This is very spiritual. You must have it. Mm-hmm. So I thought it was one he shot years before, and he had it in the house or whatever. Right. So then he mentioned, I said I was having them done up. And I told him how much. And he said, what are you talking about? They're $350 to have them done. I said, no. He said, don't tell me. He said, they have them mounted. I said, oh, no, it's not mounted. You know, where the whole thing is mounted.
Sure.
Yeah. So anyhow, so I said, well, that was it. And he said, well, I have a gift from you. So I thought it was used. So he said, come over to my house. Mm-hmm. He had moved down the street from the Council Oak into Dayton. They had lived in Somerville because they retired. So anyhow, so I went there, and after we closed the store on a Sunday, and he said, oh, let me get it. It's out in the garage, because from the taxidermy it still has some smell, so I left it there. So he brought it out. I said, this is new. He says, you're darn right, I paid $350. I said, you're giving it to me? He said, it's very spiritual, you must have this. And he gave it to me. Yeah,
That's great.
yeah.
So is this over here one of your, is this a smudging?
This is a smudge stick. Yes.
Now, you are a smudger. Tell us, can I smell it?
Sure.
Wow, that's intense.
Yeah.
It's some,
That's a stick.
is this like some
And
kind
this
of
is-
incense?
Well,
Smells like
Yeah.
what the Catholic priests, you know, a
no,
little bit.
that's something different than they have.
Yeah, but it's got the, it's got
What?
the scent. So you're a smudger. What does a smudger do?
Well,
Because I see this table over here. I think I'm going to be sacrificed on this live animal skin.
this was given to me from my teacher, medicine teacher.
Boy, people
And
really
this is
so
a
gifts.
moose.
This is a moose?
Yes.
Who killed this? Look at that.
I don't know,
Ah.
but this was his. He gifted it.
So what is the significance? Do you have this hanging on your wall?
No,
What is the
I
significance?
put it away. I took it out to bring it here.
But, I mean, what do you put this
If I
on?
do a ceremony, I'll put it on the ground. We'll sit on it.
Oh, so people sit on
Yeah.
this, okay.
And I also have a caribou. That's up north. Reindeer, you heard reindeer, it's caribou.
I don't,
Up north, that's what they would have. Caribou.
so you probably have these around your house? Do you?
No,
No.
no,
okay.
they're put away.
So let's get back to the smudging.
Yeah.
What is, you're a smudger, you've been doing this, you said you did something with the Speaker of the House in Rhode Island.
Yes, for the water
And you
fire.
do this for a lot of people, and you take away their negativity.
Right.
And how does that work?
How does it work?
And
Well-
why were you bestowed with this great gift to do this?
I don't know, I just
Okay.
was asked to.
Okay, so tell us about smudging.
Okay, you want me to show you?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
let me
please.
show you.
So we're going to get up.
Yep.
And, all right, I'm going to follow you.
Okay,
Should I follow you behind here?
sure.
Okay, let me get behind here.
I'll just
so
kind of,
my
so
back's
so
not
they can see.
towards the
or-
camera. So
This here's the sage.
look at this sage over here.
Yeah,
Check this out.
and we'll just put some in there for now.
This is sage.
Yes,
It's beautiful.
okay, then I put cedar leaf, flat cedar leaf from a
Okay.
cedar tree.
Oh, that smells wonderful.
Okay.
Cedar has so much power in it.
Yes. Cedar is very sacred to the natives. Okay. And then I put, this is what you see here, sweetgrass. And this is lavender seed.
May I?
Yep.
Oh, lovely.
Okay, now this here is tobacco with special herbs I have inside.
Wow, that's intense. People smoke that?
I'm inside, so I don't know where the east is. Do you know where the east is?
With the east?
Yeah,
You mean like north, east?
yeah.
East would be that way. What do you think? This way? This way. This is east. Look at my hand. This is east.
Okay. I have a compass, but okay, that's
You have
east.
a turtle bag?
Yeah.
That's incredible. Oh my God. That's beautiful. I would love one of those.
And
If anybody wants to buy me one. Turtle bag.
so that is the east.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, good.
So we offer tobacco to the east, where the sun comes up, where all life begins, and to the Creator. And Mother Earth, and we sprinkle some on the ground to Mother Earth, and we put it there. And we offer to the south, where all life is strengthened and grows by the sun. And to the west, south, that was the south. To the west, I'm all confused here.
This is the east, west?
Yes.
Yes, south.
And to the west, where all life begins to fail.
Oh.
To get ready to go to the north. And the beautiful sunset, it settles. It's the end of the day. And you offer that to the west. And I offer this also, which I will not go into this in public, but we offer it to the north. And there's others that I offer it to. I offer it to the north, where all life goes when it crosses over to the north, to be purified with the cold, the snow, the north wind. I offer it to the north. Then we light it.
Why don't we turn around and face the cameras if we can?
Right here.
Yeah, this is great. Can you light this here, or you can't do this? Can we light it in the studio?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Aren't there smoke detectors here?
Can we light this in the studio? Yes? Do we have?
There's
yes?
going to be smoke here.
Yes, good, yes. This is awesome. This is fantastic. This has been my dream, to be here, smudging. Do you need a lighter, a match? I don't have one, but.
No, you would never use a lighter.
Oh.
Yeah, there's the compass. I knew it was in there.
Oh, look at this, you have a compass.
Well, that's how, if it's cloudy out and all, unless you're familiar with
Sure.
the area, you wouldn't know.
Fantastic.
Now, you sure you want to do this? There's
Yeah,
going to be a
oh,
lot
yeah.
of smoke in here.
That's fine. They're saying go for it.
All right.
Okay.
I hope you don't have the fire department here. They're coming back
Well,
to
they're
this.
right around the corner. If they decide to come, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Are you going to smudge me?
Yes. I must smudge myself first.
Very good.
We don't want to get too much. Should have did this first. Ready?
I'm ready. So I should stand right here?
Sure.
Okay. What do I do?
Move over there a little more.
Sure.
Okay, put your arms out, please. Turn all the way around.
Yep.
Oh,
What do you
done.
want? Done?
Oh,
I'm done?
yes.
Okay, what just happened? I feel like I want to fly.
Well, you were cleansed. It is done. I
You
do
went
not-
around and you purified and cleansed everything
Yes.
in your circle here, correct?
Yes.
Beautiful. And no fire department.
Are you going to leave this smoking?
I don't know what you do to
Well,
bring it out. I guess it's okay to leave it smoking. I'm not sure. I mean, you are the fire keeper, so
well,
you're.
let's see if we can, I won't put it out, but let's see if we can push it so,
People don't smoke this stuff, do they?
no.
No.
Let's see if we can separate it so just that'll burn.
I
I
understand.
won't put it out because there's prayers in there because of the
I
tobacco.
understand. Can you feel the energy of a person when you're around them, if they need to be cleansed?
Yes.
And so what are you feeling from me?
You feel good. I feel that you feel good.
But I always feel good. But I
Well-
mean, but I feel I'm honored to be with you tonight.
Oh, thank
So,
you.
and it's lovely,
Thank
you
you.
know, yeah. When I am looking out at the ocean, I sing this song, and it sounds like a Native American song. Oh, great spirit, earth, sun, sky, and sea, you are with me and all around me. I'm sure
Yes.
you've heard that.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what I feel right now.
Good.
Okay, so
Good.
do you want to tell us about all these wonderful, magnificent
Okay,
things
I've
that you-
explained about this.
Okay,
This,
so-
this is the sweetgrass,
Okay,
which is very sacred.
why don't we both get on this side?
Sure.
So we can look at these things. And I see this is very, I don't know what this is, but it
This here I use,
looks like a
and-
discipline stick.
and also when we play our drum,
Oh,
it's a medicine drum, and it's a big drum, 36 inches.
sure.
When we play that, I smudge everybody on the drum outside, and then our sticks are smudged. Okay, and then I go in the hall, and I smudge the drum. They pull the cover off. See, a drum like this should be covered.
Is this a drum? Can I?
Well,
Oh my goodness. May I?
not this one.
Not this
You
one.
can do the other one.
Okay, okay.
But anyhow, so they uncover it, and I smudge it all around,
Okay, yeah.
and I smudge all around the chairs, and then go around the back of them. Then I smudge the whole hall, all the corners, all around, and anything negative is just swept out.
Beautiful. So you want to make sure everything is pure in your
Yes.
presence so you can proceed
Yes,
and just have a great time.
yes.
Do what you have to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyhow, so this is the drumstick I use for the big drum.
And these are made from,
This is deer.
that's deer.
Yes.
Oh, deer.
This is also deer. And this is all deer underneath it.
Beautiful.
It's hot.
Wow. Okay.
That one's not as hot. This one is. If you,
Wow, that is hot. Wow, yeah. And you have,
this is deer antlers, which are very sacred to me. That's why I have them there.
and this purse, what is this? This is a beautiful
This
eagle.
is one I use with
Hold
my,
this up for the camera and hold it still so the camera can still look at the work.
this is
with
my
that. Just
medicine bag.
Hold that for a second.
When I just got regular clothes like you see that I had,
Right.
I use this medicine bag, or if I got my other skins on that are brown.
And what kind of medicine do you carry in your medicine bag?
Well, there's certain medicines in it I carry. I won't go into.
So
but
is it, do you guys, the Pocono tribe, you don't get sick because do you ever get sick because you
of
have
course
all-
we get sick.
Okay, all right.
This is my tobacco pouch,
All right.
and that's the same.
Now, do you
tobacco.
smoke tobacco?
I smoke it in a pipe.
You smoke it, is there a different,
I
is
have
there,
a sacred pipe that I use that
Do you-
was given to me
Oh.
by the chief years ago. He invited my wife and I to go He said 10 in the morning. I said, well, we got to open the store at 12. I can't. Okay, we'll go at 8.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have a private ceremony, my wife and I, you and your wife, at the council oak that we were talking about. So, got there. Matter of fact, he showed me, it's a big buffalo made of stone. And he said, I'm going to gift this to the council. I got to make the stem for it, the wood. And anyhow, we smoked a pipe. He said, this is not that one, the other one he had. This is my personal pipe that was given to me from an Indian years ago. It's the only one I have. So we smoked the pipe and we did it. And he put it in the red cloth and so forth, properly done. And then he said, put out your hand. So I put out my hand, he put it in my hand.
Lovely.
And he says, this pipe is to go to you. I said, that's the only pipe you got? He said, believe me, I had no intentions of giving you this when I
feel like giving you a
him.
gift. Everybody gives you gifts, you know, but I don't have.
But he said, I had no intention of giving this to you. But when I got here, the spirits here at the tree said, this pipe must go to you. And he gave it to me.
Wow.
Yeah, see?
Oh, that smells wonderful.
Yeah, it's same tobacco.
But tobacco smells really great before it's actually burnt. It's just something so fresh.
Well, when it's burnt in the sacred pipe, it smells good.
I'm sure it does. Okay, we know that this here is
The
a
moose.
buffalo. Oh, it's a moose.
Moose, yes.
Wow, this is
It's
so
thick. You can feel
It is
it.
very thick. This must keep you warm if you get cold,
Yeah.
especially this past
Yep,
winter.
yep.
Okay.
Now this-
oh, this is the drum. Can I bang it?
Sure, yeah.
Oh,
See?
wow. Okay, this was great.
That's the hand drum.
Oh, yeah. I wanna oh, I want to break out in song, but I'm not going to do it. This is awesome. What is this made of?
That's deer skin.
This is deerskin. Check this out.
That other one is buffalo.
Wow. And look at the detail around the edge of this drum.
That's an
It's
old
beautiful.
drum. That's a real old drum.
It's old, but it's beautiful. Thank you. Oh, this
You're welcome.
is great.
This is the bag I put it in.
And this looks like it's pot.
Yeah, this here is actually a buffalo horn. I was gifted this.
Wow.
And this is cedar. I don't know if you can smell the cedar, but that's cedar.
Now, why is there so much power and strength from cedar? People travel to Russia to see, you know what I'm talking about, to be around the cedar trees.
I didn't realize.
You don't know about this?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just beautiful. Really, this came, and it's almost like you could see through the,
Well,
it's like it's translucent.
yeah, see it?
The lights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. Can you catch this? Isn't that beautiful? Wow. Magnificent.
That one's mine. And I have another one that I wouldn't bring here because it's very sacred. It's a turtle rattle that was gifted to me. I was told that there was a medicine rattle for me. And my wife and I, we went over to New Hampshire, everywhere. And because someone said, are you going to New Hampshire? I said, I don't know, someday. So the next day I thought of it. And we went up there and we searched antique shops. And this man said, I know somebody. He has the turtle rattles, all sizes. He goes to the reservations all over this country. If he doesn't have it, I'm sure he could get it. Anyhow, I called him up. He said, come up. And we went, there was an old barn. And the dragonfly kept going around me, and my wife said, your turtle rattle is here, your medicine.
The animals and the insects, they talk to you.
Well, they give you signs.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Well, anyhow, so I was with him about 2.5 hours. We're talking about. He never ever mentioned. He showed me the turtle rattles and so forth from reservations.
I wish you brought it.
And, no, I wouldn't bring that. But anyhow, that was it. So then I'm going to leave, right? Go to leave, and he said, wait here. You can't leave this property without this. So he came out. I thought it was an eagle wing. right? He came out, and he said, here, what it was, it's sealed in plastic. It's a hand of tobacco. It's the leaves of tobacco. It's long, and it's wrapped with the center of tobacco. It's called the hand of tobacco. And he said, now you can leave. So then I went to leave. He said, no, you wait here. He went upstairs in the barn. He came down.
With a turtle rod.
Yes. He said, I've been holding this for you for 9 years. I never met this man in his life.
Oh, my goodness.
He said, put out your hand. I put out my hand. And he put it in my hand. My hand started shaking. Tears started coming down.
He felt the energy.
He said, that's your medicine. I said, I don't know. I don't know. He said, it is. I've been holding for 9 years. Same with that. Someone was holding that for 9 years. I don't know what this 9
Well,
got to do.
we
But
should,
anyhow.
we should go over to this because
Anyhow,
I know
this
that,
is.
I know
this-
that we have like 2 or 3 more minutes, and I want to talk about these things, but I also want to talk about your spear there.
Say, this is the.
What is this for?
This is the longbow. This is what they would hunt with. This here is my wife's.
Oh, I
That's
love that.
deer toes.
Deer toes? Can I?
Yeah, see, it
Can I shake it?
even says when it was made. Yeah, sure.
Listen to that sound. Do they use this when they're moving around?
Yeah.
Oh, what a great sound! Wow, it has a joyous
And
sound.
this is the flute. I was going to bring the other one, but I do want to bring the other one. It's too.
I know you play this,
costly.
but not for tonight.
Right.
Because we don't
See?
have enough time.
Yep. And this here was given to me, who was the firekeeper at Dighton years ago.
Oh my goodness.
And
This
yeah,
looks dangerous.
That's an old one.
This looks
Yeah.
like it can hurt someone.
Yeah, that's stone.
Okay.
And this
So-
is the
Oh, this
quiver
is-
that I use when I go shooting. I don't kill animals, but target practice. And these are all handmade. These are all
And what do you-
This
do
is all sinew.
Can you
These
kill?
are turkey
Can you-
feathers.
Oh, these. But is this like to hurt something?
Oh yeah, you could kill with this, sure.
Really?
But I wouldn't kill an animal.
Oh my goodness.
I just do it for like
Put
practice.
that away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
This is all deer. This is all one piece.
beautiful.
Even this here, that's all one piece.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go talk about your spear. We have a few more minutes.
Okay.
And you bring this spear everywhere you go. And did you make this? Was this given to you?
This was given to me. This was not this. I put that on because that's a regular steel, and this you see in the fire, where it fell over in a fire. But anyhow, this was gifted to me. Again, the same chief that gifted the pipe, he gifted this to someone who was the firekeeper, and he put it in his corner for 9 years, and he never. And then when they made me the dog soldier,
Have
he
a
said the
seat.
dog soldier
Have a seat.
must have a spear. So that was presented to me.
So Gray Fox,
And I made this part.
you've been given a lot of gifts.
Yeah, and then the chief gave me these other 4.
And so these gifts were given to you because you make a big difference in many people's lives.
I don't know. I tried to.
It's wonderful. So we have, I guess, a few more minutes, a couple more minutes, and what would you like to tell your viewers, because you're talking for the ancestors?
Yes. Okay. Here it was an accident as far as the plague. But when they started going west, they deliberately put the smallpox in blankets and gave it to them to get rid of them. Absolutely. King Philip, that's why you'll hear Wampanoag.
The son of Massasoit.
Right. When they killed him, okay, they quartered him. Most people don't realize this. They cut his arms, his legs, everything, and let it rot right on top. Took his head and put it down in Plymouth for, I think it was 20, 25 years, right on the main road. It was paths then for everybody to see.
That's terrible.
And not many years ago, we're talking, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 years ago, that was in the books of Massachusetts. that said any child who's over 12 or 13 says they're Pokanoket or talk about Pokanokets will be killed on sight.
That's mean.
Only the boys.
Only the boys, because
Yes.
they don't want them to reproduce.
Right.
Oh my
Yep.
goodness.
People don't realize what they've gone through.
But you
And this-
you have been one of the voices for the Pokanoket.
I feel bad I waste so much time talking about us. I wanted to talk about the ancestors, but anyhow.
I think you got your message across how important it is, and it's okay to talk about yourself because here you are. So I want to thank you for being here tonight and sharing your wisdom, doing your smudging, and bringing your gray fox, your tobacco, your drums.
Yeah, I'd like to, every opportunity I have to make people aware of what has happened to the natives and what they've gone through.
Last few words.
Well,
You got 30 seconds.
well, God, the creator of all things, we should all honor him. He has made everything. He has made us. He has made the animals, the plants, everything. Take care, Mother Earth, and she will take care of you.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
We stood the time, we stood the slaughter.